Hello friends, welcome back. Season 10 is upon us. New map, new nodes, and lots of fun, I guess. Today we're taking on HH300, which is something that I forgot to read. So, new path today. Path might change frequently. So we're going with Void, Sparky, and Venom, who I've never brought into AW attack before. But my first today is a Miles Morales on a Tyranny node. So the idea here is that if you don't have a counter to his evade, he doesn't gain any power, so you can't punish his specials. You have to, take heavy attacks, or bait heavy attacks rather. So I brought Venom specifically for this fight since Venom counters evades of all Spider-Verse champions. So it's really just a matter of either intercepting or baiting out a heavy or attacking in when he finishes a combo with a medium attack. So the other thing that's on this node is the long distance relationship. So you can see that I am gaining weakness debuffs when I am close to him, which is fine with me because willpower makes those debuffs heal me, and since I'm baiting out heavies, I could use that extra topping off of regen for myself. The other thing that you'll notice is that when he dashes in with a medium attack, he's unstoppable and stun immune. That's the Mighty Charge node, so a lot of these nodes are double linked, which I don't particularly care for, because it forces one person on the path to fight a more difficult fight, but that's the way that they designed it. Alright, so this is a Goblin on Buffet. Buffet is a link coming in, the other link going out from Goblin is Masochism, so with Void, Buffet is an easy game. Easy time, rather, not easy game. Special Lock 1 is also on this node. Again, that is more willpower healing for myself. I've got the Petrify's up right away. That long distance relationship node also present on this path, on this node in this path, rather. He's being super stingy with this special one. I can't remember if no, so I didn't have to push him to his S2. But this is pretty much like, a mini boss from the old map for me. Just because I fought, 6-star goblins so often, I feel like I could do this in my sleep. Nothing much different going on with the node. The Buffet actually makes this node easier, especially since I got the Petrify's up first. When I evade him, you'll see he's losing health. I think Buffet is every 10 seconds, maybe. You'll see his health just drops down as soon as I trigger a buff. So not too bad. Close to 100% health there with Void. That's what I want to see. I'm not boosting up for these normal fights because with the way the new map is designed, they want you to boost up 2, 3, sometimes even 4 times to get through it. I'm not doing that. Alright, so this is an Omega Red, and this is, again, long distance relationship. And I think there was a confusion link before, and then they took it off. So this is basically a straight up fight. And Void is actually a really good matchup against Omega Red, specifically because his special one creates distance between you and Omega Red. And distance when you fight Omega Red is very important. So you can see I'm building up those spores on myself, backing off before they get up to 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 is where I'll be taking degen damage since this Omega Red is duped. Kind of letting myself kind of walk back in to bait the special one. I don't really want to push into an S2 for any reason. And then just kind of letting the degen do its work. So, Fear of the Void up. So really, Omega Red, not a particularly good defender. He is on the node where there's a node later on a different path where if you stay close to the defender, you regen, but if you're far away, you degen. So it's kind of like a pick your poison. But this placement, not particularly bad. All right, so section 2, I'm taking path 7, which is the 2 completely hidden defenders. So Scatter Lens, really useless mastery going forward. Lucked out with this one. This is just a Gwenpool. This was Power Start 1, and the link, so again, this is double linked with the node in 8. I think the outgoing one for me is Heal Block, and you absolutely need to take the Heal Block off to do that first node in Path 8, which is that regen node. I forget what that node's called. Anyway, the aspect of evolution is the incoming link to this node. In most cases, it's not going to matter. If the fight progresses for a full 3 minutes, then you might have a problem, because by then, you're going to have pushed them over so many bars of power that their power gain is going to be pretty hefty. But in a fight like this, the fewer hits that I need to push her back over to a bar of power and bait another special is great. This means that I won't have to parry and take block damage. I can just bait specials and counterattack that way. Even though I have class disadvantage here, 50-60 hits is pretty good. So I'll take that as a win. Alright, next up is no incoming link this time. This is an outgoing link. This looks like protection shielding, which Void doesn't really care about because his damage is all direct damage and over time. So the protection shielding really doesn't matter. I think I will remove it at some point, a few times during this fight. Void doesn't crit a lot, and a crit is really the only way that I'm going to do over 3% health in a single hit against a 6-star champion with class disadvantage. So I'm sitting here as I record this, watching that little purple protection icon to see if there it goes. It was a crit on the special one. Other than that, these 6-star champions with class disadvantage, it's just kind of a bit more endurance than everything. Winter Soldier, very vanilla champion, nothing going on for him. Just a matter of cycling the S1 and getting that degen up. I Fear the Void up, so I've got the nice little attack bonus. Not even paying attention to the protection shielding at this point. Just trying to bait out those special ones and win this fight and move on. So get some good fights coming up. Alright, so that is that. There was a Proxima and a Dorm that my alliance mate took out. And now we have, this is a Mephisto on the Recovery Strike Back. So this is almost an identical node to the old map. There is an added armor node to this. But again, Void's damage is all direct, and he doesn't care about armor once he's got that degen up. So I get the 2 Petrifies up early again, so twice in one war that I've lucked out with Petrifies. So now I've nerfed the power gain from his aura. Void's Incinerate immune, so I'm not taking any Incinerate damage anyway. I can pretty much just play this fight standard and let the degen tick him away slowly. S1 or S2 doesn't matter at this point. I don't have to worry about the Strike Back node either. And in fact, once I kick in Fear the Void and the Petrify, you'll see he's going to start losing power. I feel like I've said that 1,000 times over the past couple seasons, losing power with an S1 with Void. So I feel like I've gotten pretty good at fighting Mephistos. I just fought one in. I've been piecemealing my way through Variant 1 this week, and there was one in the Tech Mystic chapter, which I had to take out with Sparky. So that was a bit different. I'm used to just going ham on him and being Incinerate immune. It's a different animal when you don't have that Incinerate immunity. All right, so here is a MODOK mini. You can see he's almost dead. This is an example, 100%, of how not to fight a MODOK with Sparky. So my plan was to build up some poise charges and just nuke down the last 30%. The problem here is that I spent so much time building up poise charges that I get myself backed into the corner, and you can see once he lays on me with a heavy attack, the Incinerate damage. So now I know I'm trying to get out of it. He dexes out of my counter medium, and then there we go. The Incinerate damage is just major, and I don't know that I got a single hit in on him. So so I went back in with Venom, but it didn't record for some reason. You can see Venom is half dead there, but I did finish off that MODOK. And now to finish it up, I did get some boss action in today. So this is I think this is maxed out Korg. So I did boost up just because this is the boss. I think I added a health boost just because I knew I'd be taking that Thorns damage. So this is a maxed out max sig Korg on the boss node. Boss node is adaptive. I think it's the same boss, same modifiers that exist on the other map. The difference is that this guy's running Suicide, so you'll see he's got the poison debuff up there, so I'm already degenning him for quite a bit at the start of the fight. And on top of that, he has recoil active, so rather than push him to his special 2, I'm going to just let him throw his special 1 as often as he'd like, because that recoil damage is going to do a lot to him. You can see I've taken a bit of Thorns damage just from the mediums that I've gone in, but I'm, this degen, just looked at, it's ticking for 1500 every half second, so, and the recoil is doing 5%, so, I mean, I don't know why you run suicides on a boss like this, because all you have to do is just bait out special attacks. But I was happy to get in here and get a near solo. I won't call it a solo because he was already at like, what, 85-90% health when I came in, but I'm going to get him down here in about half the time, so I'm confident I would have gotten the full kill. And I've also gotten to show off my Korg S1 dodging skills, so that's nice too. There you go, Korg goes down, boss kill for me in the first war. Pretty happy with that. Other than the really terrible fight against MODOK, it was a decent war for me. I used to care about deaths in war the last few seasons. This new map seems designed to kill you and kill you often, so one death, I'm not going to sweat over it. Didn't have to potion up at all, which is great. I did use a boost only because it was the boss. We did lose, as you can see here. It was decently close. It wasn't like one or two deaths would have made the difference, but so we'll see how the rest of the season goes. I'm not too excited about war anymore. They have changed the nodes since the original. The original nodes that they released in the off season were even worse, and whatever data that they collect during the off season must have shown them that it was just not fun. So they did change. They removed a lot of the really bad stuff, but there's a bunch of other stuff that's still pretty terrible. I don't know what paths I'll be taking the rest of the season, but we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. Until next time, thanks.